Hey there, boaters. I'm Captain Stacey Hanrahan, and welcome to Friday's episode of Boaters TV. First up, our Captain's Caption photo was provided by Matteo Cecchi. We'll reveal the caption of the day at the end of the show. Next in Did You Know? Proper life raft maintenance in our blue water sailing segment. So you're all prepared for survival at sea. You've got an EPIRB on board, a fully stocked ditch bag, and you've even bought a top-of-the-line life raft a while back. But just as you have to frequently check the EPIRB's batteries and replace outdated items in the ditch bag, your life raft needs regular maintenance as well. You can't expect your life raft to save your life when the time comes if you haven't been taking care of it in the first place. In the May issue of Blue Water Sailing magazine, Jen Brett explains why this is so crucial. Generally, a life raft should be serviced annually. If the life raft is packed in a vacuum bag and is stored properly while on board, you may be able to extend that interval. A yearly service, though, can catch problems such as rusting CO2 canisters, leaking or malfunctioning valves, fabric degradation, and mold. Plus, the stores that are kept inside the life raft should be checked and either updated or replaced if needed. You should choose a repair facility that will allow you to visit during the raft inspection. The first time you actually see your life raft inflated should not be out at sea during an emergency. It's smart to get to know your life raft, not just the one in the catalog or the sample at the boat show. How you store your life raft between service dates is important too. If it gets wet or stepped on, you can expect damage. Moisture can cause valve corrosion and mold, so be sure to keep your life raft in a dry, safe place. And if you're in the market for a life raft, why not ask a raft service station employee for advice? They see these rafts every day and can give you advice on which ones are holding up the best. Jen's article has much more, including a general list of what happens when a life raft is sent in for an inspection. So to learn more, go to www.bwsailing.com. Now it's time for our Boat Test Reports feature of the week, where we'll take a look at the 1866 Bassin Bay from Smokercraft.
Welcome to BoatTEST.com. This is Smokercraft's 1866 Bassin Bay. Everything about the 1866 CC Bassin Bay is strictly about endurance, performance, and putting game into the box. The bow of the 1866 CC is rugged and ready for the trolling motor or to keep open for a high point of view to look for fish. The diamond plate provides a sure-footed surface. Just under the lip is a cargo storage net pocket for small gear and lotions. If you like to sit and cast, there's a chair mount in the center for a casting chair, as well as a storage locker under the deck for anchor tackle and more gear. The gas tank is underneath this deck, and the filler is on the port side near the center of the gunnel. The versatile seat just forward of the helm has a flip-up seat back for access to the electrical panel of the helm. Lift up the seat bottom and you'll find the live well bait well with power stream aerator. Now you can't get more basic than this center console helm. Uncluttered and wide open describes it best. The 5-spoke wheel gives you a great tool to hang on to underway. Gauges and switches consist of a tachometer and fuel gauge and lighted rocker switches with associated push-button breakers. Below the helm is open access to storage or batteries for a trolling motor or other accessories. Moving to the cockpit, you have durable rod holders for 3 rods, full-length metal tackle trays with vinyl edge guards, and a tow kick space below each side of the aft cockpit for increased balance and on-deck safety. Across the stern are 2 raised casting steps divided by the engine splash well. Below the splash well are the bilge pump and other plumbing conduits. The American Angler 1866 Bassin Bay measures 18 feet length overall with an 86-inch beam. She weighs 700 pounds dry and carries 18 gallons of fuel for a good day of fishing or hunting. At first I thought I jumped on a motorized wakeboard when driving this model. She was very responsive, riding on top of the water and cutting sharp turns. After running her for 30 minutes, it was fun as I developed the confidence and trust in her handling. At rest, she's a stable boat, even when standing outboard on either side or the bow or stern. I found her top speed to be right at 30 miles an hour at 6,000 RPMs and her cruise speed to be 18 miles an hour at 4,000 RPMs. Her range is 119 miles at cruise on a full tank. Time to plane was 2.7 seconds and 0 to 30 was 6.5.
Thanks to BoatTEST for that report. To see more of the Smokercraft 1866, you can cruise on over to BoatTEST website at www.boattest.com. Now let's see what's splashing around in nautical news. I recently spoke through email with our former host, Julie Perry, and I'm very happy to share some great news with you today. First and foremost, Julie and Suki are healing both physically and in spirit. Suki is able to walk again, and the bones in Julie's clavicle are starting to fuse. For those who don't know, Julie and marine industry videographer Suki Finnerty were severely injured after being struck by a hit-and-run driver while taking a rickshaw ride in Fort Lauderdale on New Year's Eve. Shortly after the accident, they learned that the rickshaw owner, a man by the name of Kevin Green, had a bogus insurance policy but was still operating. Well, thanks to Julie and Suki, the company is off the streets. The Fort Lauderdale City Commission unanimously voted to revoke Kevin Green's permit.
Is there a motion to close the public hearing?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Vice Mayor Rodstrom.
Yes.
Commissioner Moore.
Yes.
Commissioner Hutchinson.
Yes.
Commissioner Teal.
Yes.
Mayor Nagel.
Yes.
And now the city is looking to put regulations in place to make rickshaw rides safer. So Julie and Suki are glad that at least some good has come from their terrible accident. While their improving conditions and the revoked permit are excellent news, Julie and Suki still have a lot to deal with. Medical and other bills have stacked so high they've toppled over, and the most frustrating part? It's been 5 months and not a single person has come forward with information on the hit-and-run driver. Again, this happened on one of the busiest streets in South Florida on one of the busiest nights of the year. Crime Stoppers is offering a $1,000 reward for any information leading to an arrest. So please, if you know anything at all about this accident, call Broward County Crime Stoppers at 954-493-TIPS. Thank you for sharing the good news, Julie. We're always thinking of you here at the Boaters. And now it's time to reveal Stacey's TheBoaters.com Sealebrity Profile Pick of the Day, which is Captain Darrin Hertel and his yet-to-be-named 20-foot forewinds. Darrin is an ISP network tech who loves to fish. He also likes water sports and working out. But sometimes Darrin just wants to relax. Welcome to the Boaters, and congrats on your Sealebrity status. And finally today, the captain's caption of the day is, "This is what I get from Rent-A-Crew," submitted by Rick and Cheryl. Oh, and by the way, beginning next week, I'm giving up command of the Captain's Caption winners. We'll be airing Captain's Captions that were voted on by you on TheBoaters.com. So make sure to get your votes in. And that'll do it for this episode of The Boaters TV. See you back here on Monday.